She said it like a courtesy. My ex wants to meet. You don't need details. I watched the steam lift from my coffee and disappear. A small thing, steam. How quickly it vanishes when you stop believing it matters. Sure, I said, calm, polite, married. That was the moment the trip died. Not the marriage, just the illusion that I needed to argue to be respected. I canceled our tickets without a word. Booked a seat west. First class, aisle. I like exits. We hadn't always been like this. There was a time she asked for details. A time she volunteered them. A time when we meant calendars, synced and futures, discussed in low voices after midnight. We were careful together. We were kind. I thought kindness was a shared asset. Her ex was a footnote back then, a shadow with a name I never memorized. He resurfaced the way old debts do, politely, persistently, pretending to be resolved. I noticed the pauses first, the way her phone tilted away from me, the way she smiled at messages, not people. I didn't confront. I catalogued. Love doesn't make you blind. It just asks you to look slower. The discovery wasn't cinematic. No lipstick, no hotel key, just a calendar invite she forgot to hide. Coffee, same cafe, same time, every Thursday. For months, I felt the pain arrive and leave in the same breath. Pain is expensive if you keep it. I refunded it. That night, I opened a folder I'd never meant to use. Prenup, trust documents, travel records. The things you prepare because you're prudent, not paranoid. The things you're told make you cold. I wasn't cold. I was awake. I didn't spy. I audited. Her emails were clean. Her calendar was not. Her stories were efficient, which is how lies travel fastest. I called my attorney, then my banker, then the trustee who owed me a favor because I once saved him from his own arrogance. I didn't accuse. I asked questions that required signatures. I changed nothing that could be noticed. That's the trick. You don't move furniture while someone's asleep in the room. You wait until they leave. She left on a Friday. Packed light. Kissed me like punctuation. I'll text, she said. Enjoy your coffee, I said, and smiled at the joke she didn't catch. I flew to Aspen. Snow has a way of simplifying people. Everything unnecessary sinks. Everything essential cuts. I met Claire on the mountain. She was there for a conference and a rebellion against a bad year. We skied hard. We laughed softly. We didn't promise anything. Adults don't confuse oxygen with destiny. I took the selfie at the summit. Clear sky. Clean lines. Me, grinning. Her, real. 2 days later, my phone buzzed. Where are you? I didn't answer right away. Timing matters. I sent the photo. No caption. 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. I imagined her rehearsing honesty and choosing panic instead. She called. I didn't pick up. The confrontation happened in a conference room she'd never been invited into. Not marital, corporate. You're outdated. We're done here, the CEO hissed. He enjoyed hissing. It made him feel venomous. Understood, I replied quietly. That was the moment the retirement trust activated its voting rights. By Monday morning, the board convened an emergency meeting. Someone asked the only question that mattered. Who just fired the person who owns 76% of the shares? I watched faces rearrange themselves. Power has a smell. It changes when it's been moved. The CEO didn't look at me. He stared at the table like it might open and swallow him. I didn't gloat. Gloating wastes oxygen. She arrived home to silence and a house that knew better than to comfort her. I'd left a note on the counter. Not long, just precise. I knew. I chose not to interrupt. We're finished. My attorney will be in touch. She called, texted, drove by. I was skiing. When we finally spoke, it was brief. She wanted explanations. I offered symmetry. You didn't need details, I said. She cried. I listened. Then I hung up. The fallout was clean. Assets divided as agreed, not as begged. Friends chose sides based on convenience. That's fine. Convenience is honest. The CEO resigned quietly. The press framed it as a transition. They always do. I appointed a replacement who understood silence. Claire and I had dinner once more before I flew home. We toasted to clarity. We didn't exchange numbers. Respect can be temporary without being fake. Now, When I think back to that coffee steaming away, I don't feel anger. I feel gratitude for the moment she mistook my calm for permission. Revenge isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It arrives on time, dressed correctly, with paperwork in order. I didn't ruin her. I simply stepped out of the way and let her choices finish their sentences. Closure isn't forgiveness, it's accuracy. And accuracy, finally, is peace.